Hello, Roadrunner fans. This is JJ Perez with Inside Runner Sports, and welcome back to another episode of the 13 Questions podcast, where we sit down and talk with different people inside of UTSA football and ask them the same 13 questions throughout this 2023 season. This week is week 2 of the 2023 football season. The Roadrunners are coming off a narrow 17-14 loss to Houston in week 1, and they look to get into the win column this week against rival Texas State. So a pretty big week for the Roadrunners. I wouldn't go as far as saying this is a must-win situation for UTSA, but it's kind of been a weird week with how the mood of the team has been. A very, sour taste in their mouth from that narrow week 1 loss. And, for the second year in a row, they might have felt like they let Houston slip away. So, we all know how 2022 season turned out when that happened. So, hopefully good things are in store for the Roadrunners. Today on the podcast, we sit down and talk with defensive lineman Brandon Brown, one of the single-digit guys on the roster. Brandon has quickly emerged as a leader on the defense. It's strange how quickly it happens because he was just a young guy not too long ago, and now he is one of the elder statesmen. So hope you guys enjoyed 13 Questions with defensive lineman Brandon Brown. JJ Perez here with Inside Runner Sports for the 13 Questions podcast. Brandon Brown, defensive line. This is a podcast I started last year. Basically ask all the guys on the team 13 questions. It's the same 13 questions, so we kind of get everybody's answer to different topics or whatever. So you ready to get going?
Yeah.
All right. Question number 1. If you have to pick a chore or obligation to do for 1 year and you make it the whole year and you don't have to do it ever again in your life, what chore do you want to knock out forever?
Oh, for sure, clean the kitchen.
Yeah.
Yeah, going over my mom in the house. I for sure had to do that. So if I had to do that for 1 year, knock it out, never again.
Yeah.
Sure that.
No, that's a good one. I like that one. Question number 2. If you were allowed to relocate anywhere in the world to live, where would you want to live and why?
Ooh, I don't want to move nowhere. I want to stay in Texas.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, if I could, I want to stay in Texas.
Yeah. What do you like about it?
Just after being in Louisiana and the tragic story of my upbringing being there and just moving here and the exposure and just the familyness and the unity, just being in the whole Texas. Like I've been a couple cities in Texas and stayed in a couple cities in Texas, but Houston, I see myself just staying there for some reason.
Yeah. No, that's good. That's a good spot. Question number 3. What app on your phone do you love to use and would think other people should know about? It doesn't have to be a special app, but just something you like.
Oh,
Maybe
this pool app on my phone. I be playing 8-ball on it online against other people.
Yeah. You play against your friends or whatever.
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah. Or the pool app that's on the Apple phone, or Domino's. I play my friends at Domino's on the app.
On the is it Apple app or
yeah?
Mm-hmm. Oh, I didn't know that. I got to look into that one. Get my friends on there. So, question number 4: what do you do to make yourself feel better when you're having a bad day?
Quiet time. Sit by myself and recuperate. Just get my mind right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's good. It's good strategy there. I need to check that one out for myself. Question number 5. When you see a hater on Twitter or social media, what do you do? Do you block? Do you mute them? Do you ignore it? Or do you engage or clap back?
I honestly ignore it. I can't give them the boost giving them the boost knowing that I replied to their tweets. So.
Yeah. It's a lot of hate out there, right? Yeah. I'm sure you receive some crazy stuff.
Yeah, I received some crazy stuff. I just want to let everybody know that all the athletes, they see all the hate tweets, they see everything. If they don't respond, they just ignore it.
Yeah, that's good to know. Question number 6: have you achieved your childhood dream?
Definitely. definitely. All my childhood dream was just playing college football at the D1 level. As a kid, growing up where I'm from and being in Louisiana, my dream school was LSU. But being able to play at the D1 level, indie football, that was my dream.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize, like they say, like signing day is a day when like real dreams come. But it's true, right? Because you just like not everybody makes it to D1, right?
Yeah, facts. It's not everybody's not for everybody. You know, everybody have a different story. So just having the opportunity to play at the D1 level is a blessing.
Question number 7: what makes you laugh during football games?
Honestly, probably has nothing to do. Besides offensive line jumping, I would say on the sideline with B Matt. Being on the sideline with him, his motor makes me laugh a lot.
Yeah. He doesn't seem like a funny. He seems like an intimidating guy. You wouldn't think that of him, right?
Yeah, you definitely wouldn't think that of him because how he looks when he's doing everything on the sideline, but when you're right in front of him in person, especially me talking to him while he's in the midst of having his little motor moments and stuff, he definitely puts a smile on my face.
Who's the person you would be starstruck if you got to meet them?
Starstruck, I ain't gonna Aaron Donald.
Yeah,
Aaron Donald or Warren Sapp. I'll be like that. Yeah, that'd be crazy.
Yeah, they're just guys you look up to in the next level, right?
Definitely.
Yeah, awesome. What is the single most important skill that a football player must possess?
Definitely mental toughness. You got to have a strong head before any of the physical parts. Of course, having a physical aspect of it is always going to be good to be a football player, but you got to have the mental to grind and get through the hard adversity.
What lessons from a young age stick with you as an adult?
Trust the process, no matter what. I've been hearing trust the process since I started football. When I was little, I always had I had a little success, but I had adversity. I had little adversity when I was little that made me feel like I wanted to. I didn't know if I wanted to play or not, but just getting over the hump at a young age, definitely need that.
Last question for you here. You were voted into a single digit. It's a huge honor for UTSA football. What does that mean to you? And then how do you carry that forward into the season?
Honestly, single digit means a lot to me. I was in number 9 last year. That was my first year being voted into it. But this year being voted into it and being in the area codes 210, it's kind of I look at it kind of different. Even though I got voted into single digit last year, because being the area code and those 3 digits, I know my guys really trust me, and I know they love me because having the most votes within the whole team, that's an honor for sure.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago you were one of the young guys here, and they kind of just threw you out there, and now you're one of the old guys getting the most votes, and it seems like it was almost overnight, doesn't it?
Yeah, it definitely seemed like it was almost overnight, because when I got here, when I got here spring 2021, they definitely just threw me in the fire, and I adjusted well, I feel like.
Good deal. Well, that'll wrap it up. Brandon, appreciate you. Thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Okay, UTSA defensive lineman Brandon Brown on the 13 Questions podcast. Appreciate Brandon taking the time there. We actually recorded that at the Media Day event for UTSA football on campus a few weeks ago during fall camp. So we'll appreciate Brandon taking the time there. That was kind of in the middle of a marathon of different interviews throughout the day. So appreciate Brandon working with me. I had some technology issues during that podcast recording. So thank you all guys for understanding. I think I may have missed one question with Brandon because of everything that was going on. But a good interview nonetheless. So I appreciate him taking the time. Next week, on the podcast. Week 3 of the UTSA football season. A quick week because it's a Friday night game against Army. We are scheduled to speak with All-American outside linebacker Trey Moore. So be sure to tune in. I appreciate you guys listening. Thanks a lot.